The Chicago Bulls sure know how to make it interesting. The Bulls come back from 24 points down to get their biggest win of the season against the Philadelphia 76ers, 113-111. Josh Giddey scores his second straight triple-double on the season. We're going to get into it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at bullcentralpod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this win tonight. The Chicago Bulls got the fucking comeback win. Who the fuck y'all think we is? The comeback fucking kings get the dub. Who? Put some fucking respect on the Bulls' name. Matt Peck, Ricky O'Donnell, I don't give a fuck who you is. I'm putting cases on all you hoes. The Chicago Bulls showed the fight and grit and determination of this team yet again. Come on, man. What we doing out here? What are we doing out here? There's so many people who was doubting this team all season long. Now look at it. Now look at it. Now look at it. Nick Friedel, where you at? Where y'all at now? Huh? I'm waiting to hear from y'all. Where y'all at? Go out and look at the way that this team competed yet again. What do we keep talking about when it comes down to it? Fight, determination. The Chicago Bulls almost shit the bed in this game. Let's be clear here. Giving up a 45-27 first quarter in this game. But other than that, the Chicago Bulls basically dominated this game in every single facet of the game, period. Learn to put some damn respect on this team. Learn to put some damn respect on this team and what they can do. Chump, ho, go off. Think about what I just said. Chump, ho, go off. CHGO. Take that and do with that what you will. The way that this team has continued to fight and claw and do whatever it takes to win basketball games. I need everybody to put some respect on this team's name. Really. And that's just what it comes down to. The one thing that and this is why I say, people who spend so much time doubting this team because of what the hell it's gone on in the last 10 years, you got to look at what this team did. And make no mistake about it. This team had to dig in, and they had to fight to get this win. They could have easily lost this game. But the Chicago Bulls came out, and Billy Donovan coached the game. They came out and showed grit and determination to come out and get this win. And you got to love to see how this team performed today. They out-rebounded the Philadelphia 76ers by 8 rebounds when it came down to it. We shot 47% from the field and 38% from the three-point line today. We had 26 assists on 42 made baskets. You got to love that part of it when it comes down to it as well. I just got to respect and give out a lot of love for how this team came out and competed today. Led by Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey came out here and showed exactly why he was worth every bit of that money that he got this offseason. For so many people that have been hating and doubting on Josh Giddey and what he can end up bringing to this team, he's shown you guys and continually showed since this season started that he is the guy for the Chicago Bulls. Josh Giddey is that guy. And I have been saying and holding off on labeling Josh Giddey a star. The Bulls may have gotten a star back for Alex Caruso. A star for Alex Caruso. And people spent so much time doubting it and wondering what this team was going to be. And you just got to love the way that this team came out and competed in this game. But listen, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic about this win today, and I love the way that this team came out and competed. But we got to talk about everything, the good and the bad with this. So if you guys are tuning in just to hear the good, I'm going to talk about everything in this game. And this game was really in the first quarter. It was a 39-20 run, and that's the Bulls getting outscored by 19 points. That really started off this game in a bad way for the Chicago Bulls. Tyrese Maxey scored 12 points along in that run. VJ Edgecombe had 6 points in that run. But the way that the Bulls adapted as the game went on to figure out how to guard Tyrese Maxey, and especially in the fourth quarter, that's where the Bulls really, their defense really stood in. In the fourth quarter of this game, Tyrese Maxey was only 2 for 8. 2 for 8. VJ Edgecombe was 1 of 2. Joel Embiid was 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter of this game. That's what this team had to do and had to get done to be able to come back in this game. They played excellent defense. We're talking about Vooch isolated one-on-one against Joel Embiid, and a player that Joel Embiid has cooked Nikola Vučević so much throughout their careers. But today, we got to see.
You have it on the postgame show now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'm on the live. They can hear you. Go ahead and tell the people how you feel about this win real quick, Pat.
Oh, my God, bro. Wait a minute. Is Josh Giddey the superstar that I said we needed to drop on this team? I didn't expect that.
I think so.
I'm losing it, dog. I'm sitting here like the beauty, the team played perfect in the second half. You had to, like, dog, you can't get better basketball in the second half, and Vooch punked Joel Embiid. Not Joel Embiid, knees also punked him, but I mean, like,
yeah.
I'll take it, dog. A win is a win, baby.
Absolutely. I'll see you in a little while, brother.
All right, Brody.
All right, bro. Peace. So despite getting outscored by 18 points in the first quarter of this game, the Chicago Bulls in the second half of this game outscore the Philadelphia 76ers by 8 points in the third quarter and 13 points in the fourth quarter. That's a 21-point lead outscoring that they did against the Philadelphia 76ers in the second half of this game, and you just got to love it. This is the way that teams need to play. This is the way when you have a team that is still showing and developing who they could be. These are the type of wins that build an identity for a team. The Bulls could have easily lost this game. And if they would have lost it, would have been because of what they gave up in the first half of this game. But they didn't. They did not go away. And that shows, again, how this team trusted themselves, how they trust each other, and how they play as a team. And once again, we saw from the Chicago Bulls, everybody contributed. Everybody had a part in this win for the Chicago Bulls. Nikola Vučević, with his 19 points, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, only 1 turnover in this game from Nikola Vučević. I can't stress enough how much Vooch's defense in the fourth quarter of this game made the difference. He got isolated out on Joel Embiid, and Vooch did not did not back down at all from Joel Embiid. And then went at him on offense, too. I cannot stress enough. Josh Giddey is going to get his love, and he deserves every bit of the love that he has for this game, because we don't win this game if it's not for Josh Giddey being consistent throughout all 4 quarters of this game, playing with energy. But Matas Buzelis in the fourth quarter basically bucked every trend and every knock that you usually look at for Matas Buzelis. He bucked that, and he gave this team exactly what they needed. And I tell you what, Nikola Vučević, I know that he has his people that just aren't fans of his game, that just aren't fans of what he brings to this team, all of that. But Vooch hit a big shot as well, hit the game-winning shot that it came down to. Vooch is just, listen, I get it. We do need a defensive center. We do need a rim protector. But Vooch has, if he does get an extension and stay with this team, he has more than earned his place on this team. It's crazy. It's crazy to see what this team has done, and that's amazing to see Nikola Vučević have this type of resurgent 15 years and at 35 years old in the NBA and play this level of basketball consistently. Now, let's talk about Josh Giddey. Josh triple-dub Giddey. 29 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal in this game. He was 10 of 19 from the field and 2 of 4 from three-point range, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Josh Giddey was the star that the Bulls have been waiting for in this game in every shape, form, and fashion that you can possibly imagine. Josh Giddey gave a superstar performance for the Bulls today. It wasn't just a good performance. It wasn't just a great performance. This was what you typically see of superstar-level players when they put the team on their back and realize we don't have energy today. Bet, watch me. Watch what I do. Follow my lead. I'm going to lead us to where we need to go. That is what Josh Giddey did tonight. And I tell you what, I'm super excited to see him and Coby White out there together and what that team looks like then, because the way that Josh Giddey in this game, and let me calm it down. The way that Josh Giddey performed in this game, for those that still look at this and say that the Bulls lost the Alex Caruso trade, at the minimum, and I mean at the very bare minimum, what you can say is it was a win-win for both teams. But with Josh Giddey being 23 years old, him being under contract another 3 years, and whatever the future holds for them as well, I'm telling you what right now, it may be a short-term win for the OKC Thunder, and maybe a long-term win for them as well, but the Bulls may have just seen their star blossom in front of their eyes, and that is Joshua Giddey. This man, when I tell you, where there were times in this game where the Bulls had no energy, they had no effort, they couldn't get a bucket, they couldn't get to the rim, Josh Giddey said on several times, I'm about to isolate. If you try to put Tyrese Maxey on me, I'm bodying him up. You try to put VJ Edgecombe on me, I'm bodying him up. You put Kelly Oubre Jr. on me, I'm bodying him up. There were times where he had Joel Embiid on him, and he looked at it and said, all right, bet, old man, can your knees hold up to this dribble and spin move? The way that this season has started for Josh Giddey, he has not only proved every doubter wrong already at the start of this season. If you were a Josh Giddey doubter, I need the apology to be as loud as the disrespect was this offseason. There are people who said that Josh Giddey should have signed for the qualifying offer. Go and look at the performance that this young man has been putting out here, his second straight triple-double, and tell me if that's qualifying offer money. And if you look at me and still try to say it is, I'm going to call you Matt Peck and say you're a fucking idiot. That's what I'm going to do, because that's stupid. That would be stupid, asinine, and ridiculous. Josh Giddey is a dog, and the way that he continues to perform, listen, give Josh Giddey every bit of the flowers that he deserves, because this is a guy, we are seeing a superstar blossom in front of our eyes. I was in a conversation the other day, and it was started by something that started on Twitter, and this is no knock to Derrick Rose, but when it's all said and done, if Josh Giddey has an 8+ year career as a Chicago Bull, he will be the greatest Chicago Bulls point guard of all time. Period, point blank. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it at all. He would be the best Chicago Bulls point guard of all time if he stays healthy and plays this way for 8 years and hopefully leads the Chicago Bulls to go on some playoff runs. I am not at all, we're not taking any more Josh Giddey slander at all on this channel. I don't know what else you need to see. When somebody proves, I'm all for understanding doubt, but when somebody proves it to you who they are and they put the team on their back repeatedly, at that point I just got to look at you and say that you're an idiot. Period. Put the respect on Josh Giddey's name. That's it. Put the respect on his name. That's it. Modest Buzelis in this game, listen, it was a tale of two halves for Modest Buzelis. I got to say, Kelly Oubre Jr. was getting absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. He was getting cooked by Kelly Oubre Jr. for the majority of this game. He hit some big shots down the stretch of it for sure. Hit some very big shots down the stretch of it. But, Modest Buzelis, this is part of being a rookie. We saw Billy Donovan go off on him a couple of times in this game and pull him to the side. And I think that's really good for the growth of it, but we'll see. CBP Film says, my guy, when Coby come back, this team is going to be even more explosive, and I think Collins is the defensive center we need. Well, Collins is not a defensive center. I mean, if you go and look at Zach Collins and his history, he's not a defensive center. Now, he is somebody that gives tons of effort on the defensive side of the ball, and that's a fact, but he's not a defensive center. Tell them fix the power rankings. 13, my ass. Bulls number 2. Listen, they're going to have to eat some crow when it comes down to it, man. All right, Hayes, I love you, boy. Relax there, buddy. But other than Giddey for MVP, no, this is what I'm saying. What Derrick Rose did in a short amount of time, you can never take away from him. He is the MVP. He is one of the greatest Bulls of all time. But I mean, as far as longevity, right? Derrick Rose it shined bright, but it was 5 years. If Josh Giddey plays at this level for 6, 7, 8 years, you cannot take away. So I'm not saying at Derrick Rose's height is Josh Giddey a better player than Derrick Rose. That's a different conversation. But I'm saying for when you talk about the thing that happens over a career, if Josh Giddey plays at this level for 6 or 7 years without injury like Derrick Rose had, it's a better overall career. You can't take away from that. Again, the heights of Derrick Rose were much higher, but you're talking about a consistency in the multitude of areas that Josh Giddey impacts the game. Derrick Rose was not the passer that Josh Giddey is. He wasn't the rebounder that Josh Giddey is either. I'm not comparing them. One-on-one, Derrick Rose will cook Josh Giddey. Make no mistake about that. But when you talk about the careers of these guys and what Josh Giddey could potentially have, that's different, bro. That's different. That's what I mean by that. That's what I mean by that. SB Talks says, let's go. What a comeback. Amazing comeback. Amazing comeback. Amazing, bro. Like it's I don't think I've seen anything like this in such a long time. Like this type of it is crazy. It's crazy. Damn, Hayes, you low-key right. Giddey being able to score at will and being able to lead playmaker, making him a dangerous player for us at the one. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like this is not to take away from what Derrick Rose did at all. I'm just saying when you look at it, again, you got to look at it. If and it's an if, right? It's a big caveat. I'm not saying that we could just assume that. But if Giddey is, keep in mind, Giddey is 23 years old. Derrick Rose never got to have a prime. By the time he was prime, he was hurt. If Josh Giddey has his prime and stays playing like this and sustains it for 5 or 6 years, it's crazy. Like, and again, I know that the affinity that I have for Derrick Rose is the same. But I'm talking about you got to look at everything in the case of a full career. That's the difference in this. That's the difference in this. Giddey could end up averaging near a triple-double his whole Bulls career. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we got to get the wins in it. It doesn't mean anything if the numbers are there and we don't get the wins. That's a big thing as well, and we got to continue building this team out, right? And so there you go on that one. We fucking back. Put the word out. We back. We back. Put the word out. We back up. The Chicago Bulls are back up, y'all. We back up. At least one immigrant is having a good time in Chicago. First of all, that's crazy. That's crazy. One immigrant is having, that's crazy. Oh my God, Hayes, we got the James Harden Rockets dupe with the Giddey trade. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, Josh Giddey is real. It's a real deal. It's a real deal. And Giddey, we trust. Shout out to Deanna. How do you think how well the Bulls will be in the lineup that we have of matches? What? How do you think how well the Bulls? I'm sorry, bro, and I don't mean this. I don't mean this to make fun of you. You got to reword that sentence. My brain right now, I'm excited. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say, bro. It's probably me. I'm not saying it's you. It's probably me. It's probably me. Josh Giddey. Oh, Josh Giddey, if he keeps doing this, he's absolutely going to be an all-star. There's no questions about this. When you look at how this team, how they kicked up and ratcheted up the defensive intensity today, it's been crazy to see. It's been crazy to see. Like, this team has such a different gear, and they went into that gear without Io. They went into that gear without that. Like, the way that this team plays basketball is just special. Oh, absolutely. And Billy Donovan, shout out to Billy Donovan for writing up that last play from Jiggly Norris. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. It's all this no Coby and no Io today. No Zach Collins today. But yeah, that's wild. Literally teared up because I was so happy to finally see Bulls basketball to be happy about. Giddey, MIP or MVP? I tell you what, if Josh Giddey averages a near triple-double or a triple-double this season, those are MVP caliber numbers. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win it because I think the Bulls have to have a level of team success to be able to get there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. From the Chicago, Paul says, what's good, Hayes, man? 2 Chicago game winners. Let me get my black ass back in the lab. This is insane. Bullpen has rebanded. Bulls and Bears gave me life again. Holy shit, C-Red. Hey, I'll tell you what. Between that Bears win on Sunday and the Bulls win now, this has been such a crazy, a little over 48 hours, 30, 76 hours, 72 hours, whatever it's been. It's been absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Can we talk about Isaac Okoro? Absolutely, Forrest. Isaac Okoro today. When we talked about how the Bulls had no energy and Josh Giddey put the team on its back, you know what else it was? It was also Isaac Okoro, and I got to give him credit in this one. He was 5 of 8 from the field. He attacked defensively. He attacked the rim several times today as well. He gave 16 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block. only had 1 turnover as well. When you talk about what Isaac Okoro can bring to this team as far as a defensive playmaker and somebody that can do some things, this is the game that you look for. And I think when Coby White comes back, this is probably going to be more like the Isaac Okoro that you see. He seems like he's starting to catch his rhythm up, and that's really good. Like, new team, new play style, and so maybe it took a little bit of a while for him to get himself together, but this has been Isaac Okoro has been playing a lot better here recently, putting together some good games, and this is probably Isaac Okoro's best game in the Chicago Bulls uniform so far. All-star hands down if no injury, and with this excellent continued gameplay, Billy Donovan, great job. No words for when it comes to Billy Donovan. I got no hate when it comes to Billy Donovan on this one, man. Yeah. What about the Vegemite? Listen, we gonna get to the Vegemite, man. I ain't forgot about the Vegemite. We gonna get to the Vegemite. Don't worry. I have not forgotten about the Vegemite. We are going to get. Do y'all want to see the Vegemite now? Type Y in the chat right now if you don't want me to wait. If you want me to go to the Vegemite right now, type Y in the chat. I'll go get the Vegemite. I got to go upstairs to get it. I have to pause the stream, but I will go get the Vegemite right now. Type Y in the chat if you want me to. And listen, I'm not even eating it with no bread, no butter. I'm taking a spoon to the Vegemite today. We doing a straight spoonful of Vegemite today. That's how excited I am over this win. That's how excited I am over the win. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the Vegemite. All right, and we back. All right, here it go. I got the big bottle of Vegemite for this season because I figure we're going to use it a lot. Look at that. We're cracking that open. That's brand new. Brand new right there. Y'all see that? Spoon. That's what we doing. Straight up Vegemite. No bread, no butter, no nothing. Straight up Vegemite. I do got to take a sip. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the shits, y'all. Straight Vegemite. That's how excited. This is how we do it when the Bulls win games like this. Straight Vegemite. All right. Now, with that said, the bench for today for the Chicago Bulls. Kevin Huerter today, Jalen Smith. As much as Jalen Smith missed some shots that drove me crazy, as Jalen Smith went 3-7 from the three-point line, both these guys gave us some really big performances today. 12 points from Kevin Huerter off the bench. All those 12 points we needed. He played some really good defensive rotations again, as we like to see from Kevin Huerter. 14 points from Jalen Smith as well off the bench. And so without Dosunmu, we don't have that player that can get 20 off the bench. So you have to do it as a team. And Kevin Huerter and Jalen Smith have really stepped up over these last couple of games, even though, we lost one. And they combined for 26 points. We got three points from Patrick Williams. I'm not even knocking Patrick Williams for the 3 points because Patrick Williams played some really good defense today. There are even some times he got switched on Joel Embiid. I don't think he did the best job at it, but you got to give him credit for what he did because, he's really outsized when it comes down to it. And so Patrick Williams gave some really good defensive moments today, despite the stat sheet not looking the best from P. Will. But the bench unit did what it needed to do today. When the Bulls went on their run to start getting this lead down, P. Will and Kevin Huerter and Jalen Smith, they're all a huge part of it. And so, yeah, man, I tell y'all what, I don't know when's the last time I've been this excited about the Chicago Bulls. Not just because of this win, but the team overall. How this team has been playing, how this team has been performing, how this team just is playing as a team. That's the thing that really makes this special, is that they're being better than what the sum of the parts are. Yeah, you're led by Josh Giddey. Yeah, you get big performances from Nikola Vučević. But when it matters the most, this team is digging in and playing as a team. And that's just crazy. Red Velvet with the stare down. Absolutely. That was a great point as well. Man, this was a hell of a game. Brandon L. Jess says, damn, Hayes, missed a hell of a game. I saw the score in the third and thought the Bulls were cooked. Listen, I can't even blame you for that. You're not the only one that thought that the Bulls were cooked in this game. But again, this is why any given night, and you have to play a full 4 quarters of basketball. The fact that the Bulls held the Philadelphia 76ers to 16 points in the fourth quarter of this game, that just shows you how well this team dug in the fourth quarter, man. I just can't stress that enough. Like, there's not a lot of teams that can come back from 24 points down to have a victory and for you to do it in this manner, right? The Bulls don't have the players that around the league are viewed like hugely positively. I think that's starting to change now. You're starting to see the national media change a little bit about this. But just to highlight this, the Bulls finished this game on a 25-10 run. A 25-10 run. Over that run, Josh Giddey scored 6 points. He had 3 assists and 5 rebounds. Nikola Vučević had 9 points, 4 rebounds in that time as well. He hit the go-ahead shot lastly for it. And it's just, I just keep saying it, man. The way that this team performed in the fourth quarter of this game, you got 9 points from Vooch, 6 points from Josh Giddey, 5 from Jalen Smith, 3 from Isaac Okoro, 2 points from Trey Jones in this one as well. And that this team just found a way to get it done, man, and found a way to really push it. When you look at where the Bulls beat the 76ers in the hustle stats today, points in the paint, 58-46 in favor of the Chicago Bulls. Bench points, 31-20 in favor of the Chicago Bulls. Fast break points, 31-18 in favor of the Chicago Bulls. Second chance points, 23-18 in favor of the Chicago Bulls. If it wasn't for the first quarter of this game, the Bulls outworked the Philadelphia 76ers in every step of the way, period. They just outworked them. And that's listen, when you get outscored by 18 points in the first quarter and then you go on to win every hustle stat available, you have to give that credit, man. You know, it would have been easy for the Bulls to just let this one go away and be like, all right, well, we got away from it early. The Bulls even won points off turnovers, 23 points off turnovers for the Bulls compared to 14 for the Philadelphia 76ers. That first quarter is what kept this game close. Three out of the 4 quarters here, the Chicago Bulls outworked the Philadelphia 76ers. And now, I will say this, though. You got to get those slow starts together. You're not always going to be able to come back when you allow yourself to get down 24 points early. But the Bulls, for their credit, they kept chipping away at it, kept getting it down low. They only got outscored by 1 in the second quarter. Then they went on to win the next 2 quarters. That's how you do it. You just got to keep on them. Keep on their necks. Never let them let it go down. And this just shows how, you know, when you're in the NBA and you have depth, and that was the thing coming into this game, is that the Chicago Bulls had a lot more depth than what the 76ers had. And we saw that work for the Chicago Bulls in this game in a huge manner. If you see Coby White as a different kind of player to Zach LaVine, you don't know ball. Well, no, Coby White is a very different player than Zach LaVine. He's not even remotely the same. Coby doesn't score in isolation like Zach LaVine does. Coby White is a better rebounder and assist guy than Zach LaVine ever was. Coby White creates 12 points off assists a game since he started being a larger part of the rotation for the last 2.5 years. That's something that Zach LaVine never did. Zach LaVine and Coby White are not the same player at all, right? So listen, I can't get into you with that one. If you think that Zach LaVine and Coby White are the same type of player, I'm sorry, you don't know ball. Anybody who thinks that Zach LaVine and Coby are the same type of player doesn't really know basketball at all. And I can get into a multitude of reasons of why you don't know basketball. And I can break it down everywhere from where they score at to how they score, everything. Period. Coby will definitely fit with this team. We seen it last year. The team will be much better with Coby, and he is not a ball hog. He's a team. Exactly. He's very much so a team first player as Coby White. Very much so. Man, we might see Billy Donovan win Coach of the Year. If the Bulls can win 45-plus games, Vikram, I can see that being a possibility, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you. I could see that being something that's in there if they win. They have to win over 40, between 42 and 45 wins. I think we saw a Coach of the Year come from a 44-win team before, and they're going to have the narrative part of it, right? Because, storylines matter in that. The fact that so many people doubted the Chicago Bulls coming into the season, they were predicted to win 33 games by a lot of outlets. That storyline part is going to help them as well. So there's a lane for that. There's definitely a lane for that. Drip, we're number one in the East, King. C fucking red. Hey, bro, I feel you on that one. Kevin Huerter, the big New Yorker. Hey, that's funny. I like the spread of points and possessions for everybody because a player can have a down game offensively and someone else can pick up for them, just like what we saw with Modest with Okoro, next man up. You're not wrong. And that's the part of having a team that really, I say, like, that it does spread the ball around. The fact that we do average so many assists, that so many of our over 60% of our buckets are assisted on the season. When you spread the ball around like that, it gives everybody opportunity. The everybody eats thing that we hear, that's the thing that helps there. And we'll see. We'll see if that continues, man. Coby's fourth quarter ball security alone differs him from Zach. Coby doesn't make boneheaded players or dribble the ball off his foot. Love Zach, but it's a lot more than just that. It's a lot more than just that. We kept them scoreless in the last 6 minutes. We missed some shots down the stretch, had a couple of turnovers, but fuck, man. Our D was insane, just suffocating, gave us the ability to hit that shit. That whole last part, that's what my lady says about me. That's what she says about me. D was insane, suffocating, and just the ability to hit that shit. That's literally my tagline. But yeah, I'm moving on from that one. My biggest concern coming into the season was where's their heart? Looked like everyone but Giddey gave up during the play-in. This is what they need to lead the East. Listen, we'll see if it continues, man. We shall see. I see new times in Chicago. Let's hope so. Hello from Alaska. Shout out to you calling in from Alaska, Sonny. Says, great comeback. Good teams find ways to win. See red. Running of the young Bulls. Let's fucking go. Absolutely. Watch the Bulls team and the ball movement and give some flashbacks to the 2010 Spurs. Just with a bit less star power. Really fun to watch. Good fundamental basketball. I mean, yeah, and it's just the simplicity of it. Like, when you do the right things in basketball, you do the right things, and that's just what it comes down to. Who played better, Maxey or Giddey? For the totality of the game, Giddey played much better. Tyrese Maxey was a nothing in the fourth quarter of this game. Giddey was a factor for all 4 quarters. Just because Maxey scored more doesn't mean that he played a better total game than Josh Giddey. I don't think he shot a good percentage. I could be wrong on the shooting part of it, but Josh Giddey had more assists. He definitely had more rebounds. I think he made more key plays down the stretch of this game. I think so. Maybe we can still keep Vooch and still get a defensive rim protecting center. I mean, I've been kind of on that train as well. Like, there's a world in which that can happen. And I do think when you look at with the way that AK builds teams, I wouldn't think it's completely out of the possibility that AK goes out and maybe drafts a young center that maybe your starting center in 1 or 2 years, and you still have Vooch here to kind of overlap that and eventually hand that off. So yeah, that's something that could be done there. We shall see. Maxey might have a better TR game on paper, but Giddey definitely played better. He won the game and made it happen when it was needed. Exactly. Giddey is one of the most unique players in the NBA. That is 100% fact. No matter how you view him, either negatively or positively, he is definitely one of the most unique players in the NBA, period. This is it. Fact says, Justin tried to tell me I need my eyes tested because I said Josh had been the best player on the floor between the two teams. Yeah, no. I mean, Josh Giddey definitely was the best player. And like I said, in the full 4 quarters of the game, Josh Giddey was better more consistently. If you talk about the first half, Maxey was unstoppable the first half. Like, you couldn't touch Maxey. It felt like he made every shot that he took. But if you look at every aspect of the game of basketball and for a full 4 quarters, I feel that Josh Giddey played better. And I would have said that if the Bulls lost. If the Bulls would have lost, I would have said that Josh Giddey was the best single player on the court. But, you need a team to get it done. But Josh Giddey played an amazing game. And when the team had no energy, Josh Giddey was the one that had that energy. When the 76ers lost their energy today, Maxey lost it too, if you're looking at that. Coby can't play point, chuck shots, no defense, no effort. You're wrong. Coby White actually on ball defense. The only problem that Coby White has is is a pick and roll defense, which the Bulls with the hybrid zone they play now, can't wait to see him in that. As far as chuck shots, 50% of Coby White's shots are assisted, 50 are unassisted. He's not the isolation player that Zach LaVine is. Zach LaVine has never had a season where 50% of his shots were assisted, sometimes because he just didn't have good teammates, but he was a heavy isolation player. On top of that, Coby White, a defensive field goal percentage, when he guards shooting guards on ball in one-on-one situations, holds them to 5% less than their average as far as shooting. Coby's problem is pick and roll defense, and that is a huge problem, make no mistake about it. But again, we can break this down. I got the numbers. I actually have done a whole episode on this. Coby and Zach LaVine are not nearly the same players at all. Now, there have been times where Coby White does fall in love with the three ball, and I think we see shooters do that as well. There's been less of that over the last season and a half for Coby White, and he definitely needs to improve on that. But I think playing with Josh Giddey, we've already seen some of that improve on for sure. We've seen less single-digit scoring games from him in the last year and a half than any other part of his career as well. We can get into the numbers. Like, this is what I do, and I do this, and I'm really good at it for a reason because I know the numbers. Rather than just talking in generalities, I can give you the numbers. I can give you that. Coby and Zach LaVine are not the same player at all. He's just not. And no, and that's wrong again. He created 12 points off assists last season where he didn't play point guard that much. He played more shooting guard and small forward than point guard last year. Again, wrong. Loud and wrong. You want to get cooked, my boy? We can get to cooking in here because I know my team and I know the numbers. Sorry, you're just not factual in that. Go to dunksandthrees.com, go to Cleaning the Glass, go to Pivot Fade, go and get your advanced analytics. Come back here when you have some facts. Let's have an actual basketball conversation. I'll be waiting for you, my boy. I'll be waiting for you. Is this the same offense or different offense? This is completely different offense. It's even a different offense than last year. Last year we were chucking threes at a high rate. This year, the Chicago Bulls aren't taking as many above the break threes, and they're attacking the paint a lot more. Basically, what Billy Donovan has done is that he's taken what they did last year and added different layers on top of that and refined it some, and now we're seeing a way better offense overall with it. What the hell is with all this Coby hatred? He hasn't even played a game yet with this team. Bro, people just trying to find something to have a point, and it's weird. Bro, this is real. We're finally here at King Drip. I can't believe it, but I'm starting to. I mean, hey, listen, it's a really good start to the season. We got to see how things are going to continue to go, but it's a really good start to the season. Asking people to show respect on the internet is tough to ask. Hey, people still dissing SGA, the MVP, and every post on video comments about him or OKC, people turn into parrots online. Yeah, because they don't really have to back up what they say, right? Like, so it gives people kind of a leeway in a zone to say whatever the hell that they want to. But, we'll see. We shall see. But all right, y'all, I appreciate you guys so much, man. You guys are amazing. I got to get ready to go do Locked On Bulls, man. I'm going to finish on this question. Can the Bulls win the East? Here's what I'll say to you, and this is me being level-headed and not just a fan, right? The Bulls still have to play against the Cavs. I still want to see them play more against like the Magic and things like that and the Detroit Pistons, as the Pistons are now starting to catch up their rhythm. But we've seen it before that in the East, if you have a team that's really well constructed and deep, and then you have that player that can put the team on the back when it matters the most, that you can win the East. I'm not saying that they are going to be favorites to win the East, but I'm saying what it looks like the way that they play right now, I can't say that that's not a possibility. We got a long season still left ahead of us, a lot of games still left to go this season, but as things stand right now, man, this team is playing really good, and they're playing the type of team basketball that can put you in that position, and we just got to see if they're going to be able to do it. But that's my time for today, guys. Make sure you guys are following us at bullcentralpod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See right if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.